Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Carmen. Welcome. So today in this video, numerology and somebody's birthday reveals if they are your twin flame or your karmic soulmate. So one of the biggest questions I get from you guys is how to be able to tell the difference between a karmic soulmate versus a twin flame. So a lot of times people will be with a karmic soulmate thinking that it is their twin flame. Sometimes they even get tricked into thinking that this is their twin flame, but it's actually a karmic soulmate. And so that's why it's very important to figure out the difference between the two of them. Numerology and your birthday can help to reveal if somebody is your twin flame or your karmic soulmate, because before you are born, you signed a contract with that person and you guys decided that you would come down and you would experience that relationship within this lifetime. And if somebody is your karmic soulmate or your twin flame, then certain numbers will appear in both of your charts, right? Because all your numerological chart is it's basically the blueprint for what your soul came up with before you were born. So I'm going to show you today in this video how to be able to use your birthday and numerology to be able to tell if somebody is one or the other. And it only takes a few minutes to calculate the numbers and to determine this. But let's talk about what they are first, because some people might not even know what is a karmic soulmate, what is a twin flame, how are they different. Let's talk about a karmic soulmate first, okay? Now, a karmic soulmate is basically another soul that you have a contract with, okay? Basically, in another lifetime, you guys had some sort of relationship or connection, and there was some energy that was played out between the two of you, where you experienced one end and that person experienced the opposite, right? So in the previous lifetime, you were with somebody in a relationship and you hurt them. But now in this lifetime, you're experiencing the opposite. They are the ones hurting you and you're experiencing the other end of it. And basically you decided to have this karmic contract with this person to balance out the karma that had been created in a past life. And these relationships can be very difficult, right? Because there's some karma from a past life that you are trying to balance out. So they're not always the easiest relationships to be in. Usually there's like a strong magnetic pull to that person. You feel very drawn to them and things happen very suddenly. It just happens so fast and the karma gets played out in this relationship with this person. Now, it's important to understand that a karmic soulmate is another soul. Okay, you guys are separate souls and you have decided to come down into this lifetime to play out this contract, to play out this relationship, right? To balance out whatever happened in a past life. But you are two separate souls. Now, a twin flame is different because a twin flame, some people believe that a twin flame is like another half of your soul, right? So some people believe that twin flames are two halves of the same soul that have split off and have incarnated together in the same lifetime. Other people believe that twin flames are two souls that were created at the exact same moment in time. And you only share this with your twin flame, right? My theory on twin flames is that you think of the universe as like an ocean, right? And we are all waves upon the ocean. Your twin flame is the other wave on the ocean that is most similar to you, to your wave. The most similar wave out there in frequency, height, dimension, all of the qualities and characteristics to your wave. That's kind of the way I see twin flames, and the hallmark of the twin flame relationship is that there's a lot of spiritual advancement and spiritual growth and development. And so that's usually what happens when you meet your twin flame. There's a lot of spiritual enlightenment, awakening happens. You start seeing repeating numbers often, and then, you just awaken to higher levels of consciousness, basically. And like karmic soulmates, twin flame relationships can be very difficult too, because remember, you're supposed to have advancement and you're supposed to have spiritual growth from meeting this person, right? So they're not always the easiest relationships. Often you will meet, similar to a karmic soulmate, there is a strong magnetic drawing to them where you just feel like you've never met anybody like this before, and it just happens so suddenly, and you feel like you've met your other half basically. And then often what happens is there's a separation. The two of you get separated. And in that separation, that's when the spiritual advancement, the spiritual development and growth and awakening usually happens, right? You're struggling because you're like, why did this person leave? Or why is this not working out like I thought it would? It's in that separation that there's a lot of growth, and usually there's a reunification where you guys are reunited at some point in time after a lot of growth and development. These are typical cycles that we will often see. People can sometimes get confused because there are some similarities between them, right? They both tend to be difficult relationships. With a karmic soulmate, there's a lot of growth that happens as well with them, because this is karma that's being relieved from a past life. The major difference between the two is that often with the karmic soulmates, the journey ends after the karma is relieved, right? You have that relationship with that person, the karma from the past life gets resolved, and that's kind of the conclusion of the relationship. But that's not always the case for twin flames. A lot of times that's not the case for twin flames. For twin flames, there's often a connection that's much longer and will last throughout your lifetime, or will last for a significant amount of time. And by the way, if you are experiencing any of these, let me know in the comments below. I want to know which one of these signs and symptoms exactly you are experiencing. Let me know. But now that we've talked about some of the major differences between the two of them, let's get some confirmation for you based on the numbers. Because like I said, the numbers will reveal if there's a good chance that somebody is your twin flame. The numbers also help to reveal if that person might be a karmic soulmate instead. Now, of course, always go with your own intuition, because your own intuition is always going to be the strongest guide. It's going to be more powerful than anything I ever tell you or anything anybody else ever tells you, okay? You are your own strongest guide. So always follow your own intuition first. If your intuition is telling you that somebody is a karmic soulmate, then you are right. If it's telling you that that's a twin flame, then you are correct as well. So just use the numbers to help to confirm what you are already feeling. So a lot of people find that using the numbers gives them a lot of relief. Right? It gives them a lot of relief because it gives them that confirmation that they've been needing. There's only a few numbers that we're going to be looking at today to figure this out. And we're only going to use somebody's date of birth and their full name. It only takes a few seconds. It's very easy. I'm going to show you how to do it right now. If you already know somebody's numerology numbers, then you can go ahead and skip to that part of the video. I'll put the timestamps below in the description box. To calculate your life path number, you're going to take the month of your birthday and add the numbers together until you get a single digit. Take the day of your birthday and keep adding the numbers together until you get a single digit. And take the year of your birth date and add the numbers together and keep adding them together until you get a single digit. Then you're going to take those three numbers that you got and add them together and keep adding them together until you get a single digit. And that's going to be your life path number. Now, if you get an 11, 22, or 33, you do not add the two numbers together because they are master numbers and you do not reduce them. And to calculate your soul urge number, you're going to use the Pythagorean number system again, and this time you're only going to find the corresponding numbers to only the vowels within the first, middle, and last name that was written on your birth certificate at the time of your birth. And most of the time I consider Y to be a vowel because it usually sounds like a vowel. So take all of the numbers for the vowels you got for your first name and add them together until you get a single digit. Then take all of the numbers you got for the vowels in your middle name and add them together until you get a single digit. And take all the vowels that you got for your last name and add them together until you get a single digit. Then you're going to take those three final numbers and add them together, keep adding them together until you get a single digit. Unless you get an 11, 22, or 33, those are master numbers and you don't reduce them. So let's talk about what pattern you will typically see if somebody is your twin flame first. If you want more information about this, you can check out a video I did about this a few years ago on how to use numerology to tell if somebody is your twin flame. I'll link that video below in the description box. But basically, you guys will have either the same life path number or you'll have the same soul urge number. As you can see in the examples I have here, the first group, they have the same life path number 6, and the second group has the same soul urge number 5. And the reason for that is because the life path number is kind of like your main purpose for being here. It's like your main reason or the main lesson you're working on. And the soul urge is like your soul's reason for incarnating. So you're going to have one of those is going to be the same, because if it's a twin, then you're going to have a similar purpose, right? And twins are, there's a reason they call you guys twins. You are identical in some sort of way. You mirror each other. So you will see that represented as the life path number or the soul urge, because those are the two numbers that indicate the person's purpose for being here. And you guys will have the same purpose or a similar purpose, basically. Now, this is not always the case. Sometimes twin flames will not have these numbers in common. A lot of times they do, but sometimes they don't. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, always follow your own intuition first. So now moving on to karmic soulmates, the two patterns that you will often see with a karmic soulmate are, the first one is you will see that the two people will have one number in common, but it will be in different places. So as you can see in the first karmic soulmate example, the first person's soul urge number is an 8 and the other person's life path number is an 8. Or it could be that the person's destiny number is an 8 and that person's birthday number is an 8. So same number, just in different places in any one of the 4 core numbers in the chart. Now the second pattern that we look for to indicate if somebody is a karmic soulmate is a difference in energy between the numbers. So like for instance, one person will have a lot of odd numbers in their chart and the other person will have like a lot of even numbers in their chart. So as you can see in karmic example number 2, the first person has all odd numbers in their core chart and the second person has all even numbers in their core chart. And the odd numbers and the even numbers, they just have a very different energy. It's very different, right? So even numbers tend to be more grounded and more stable. And the odd numbers tend to be more exciting and more unpredictable. So it's just a difference in energy. And so that is a big indication that somebody is a karmic soulmate, because you often will rub each other the wrong way because of this, right? You'll often be drawn to each other because opposites always attract, right? We all know this. So you'll be very drawn to each other because there's a very opposite energy, but then you often will rub each other the wrong way because even though opposites attract, they don't always last, right? I will say that there is a difference between karmic soulmates and regular soulmates. So just wanted to point that out if you're wondering about if somebody is just, a soulmate, okay? And a soulmate is just somebody that you have a contract with, right? It's not a karmic contract. There wasn't any thing that happened in a past life. You just have a contract with that person to have them in your life, basically. So if you want to find out more about that, that is included in that video that I did about how to use numerology to find out if somebody is your twin flame. Okay, so check out that video below. But here we're talking about karmic soulmates, right? Where there's karma being played out from a past life. And also, if you want to find out how to calculate these other numbers here that I haven't shown you how to calculate, you can check out a video that I did on how to calculate some of these numbers. It goes into depth about how to calculate the core numbers in a chart. The birthday number is really easy because it's just gonna be the day of the month that they were born on. Okay, so if they were born on the 5th of the month, then their birthday number is a 5. For the destiny number, it's just all of the numbers in the full name using the Pythagorean number system, right? You get all of the numbers in the full name, add them together, and reduce it. And that's the destiny number. But if you need a more detailed video about how to calculate these, then check out my full video on how to calculate the core numbers in your chart. I'll link it below in the description box. So anyways, let me know in the comments below if any of these patterns showed up between you and your person. Let me know because I'm really curious to find out if you're with a twin flame or a karmic soulmate and if these numbers showed up. And if you like this video, hit the like button and share it with other people because it really helps to get this information out there when you do that. We want to help as many people as we can. And I would love to have you subscribe and become part of the family. If you want to get a twin flame or a personal reading with me, you can head on over to my website, starsalignwithcarmen.com. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.